This is my 1984 S10 Rat Rod. I did a 6-inch wide drop over the frame. Chopped the top. Top will stand at 41 inches tall. I moved the cab back 2 foot from the front. That will allow me to put a diesel motor, turbo diesel, with an automatic transmission, and I'll be able to paint the motor and tranny for show. And the rear end will be swapped out for a full-size Chevrolet truck. Then we'll extend the rear axle past the body so I can run a fat tire and the gas tank is sitting in the back right now. Hopefully mounted underneath the bed of the truck. The bed is a dump bed, which will then allow the framework to be shown in the rear end. The rear end will be painted. All the undercoating of the bed will be done. The wood part here will be exchanged for metal. Then the air suspension will be able to be mounted front and rear. That will allow me to lay the frame completely down, which will then allow the body to be on the ground too. The chop top was done first. It was at a different height at first. It was a little higher when I first done it. I changed my mind and decided to go ahead and chop it as most as I can without interfering with the headroom inside. The doors will have, I already got my hinges and bolts to do the suicide doors. Custom seats will be made. Once I get all the welding done, cutting, roof section. This is not going to be the original roof on it. This is just my sheet metal I'm going to use for the roof. Got to trim it out, and then I'll weld everything up, make my side posts again, weld them up. It's not that difficult getting in. Once I have my seats in, I'm actually able to almost stretch completely out. I am very tall. I'm 6 foot, and I still have about 2 inches of clearance once I get my seats made. It'll be done, and it'll be comfortable in here, pretty comfortable. Be laying down. Isn't that bad as it looks. So I do have my hinges and everything for my suicide doors. It's getting there. I like it. A lot of people look on the pictures, videos, and say, it's alright, and then when they actually see it in person, then they go, oh, yeah, that does look nice. So I'm happy with it so far. Once I get my motor and stuff done, we're gonna like it. Hopefully we'll have a big turbo, like a big whistle. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then let me take you around more depth. This is a standard. This is the original motor and tranny that was in the truck. It's a 1.9 liter with a 4-speed manual transmission. I did paint the frame, front frame of it anyway. Depends on how you look, especially in the sun. It changes colors. When you're far back outside in the sun, it looks black, gloss black. But then when you start walking up on it, it starts turning to like a wine color. Then it comes into like a red metal flake in it. And what I actually did was paint the frame gloss black, several coats, let it dry for about a week or more, a little bit over a week. Then I came back with a cherry red, which is on the transmission, and I stood about 2 to 3 feet back and fogged the red on, which, like I said, it depends on how close and the angle of the light. It does change colors. It came out freakily nice. I like it. I degreased the tranny, actually polished the transmission, which gave a chrome look, but every time it got wet it dulled immediately, so I decided to paint it. But this is not the motor that's going to be in it anyway, so, and I just, for last, I just put that on it. Which is a dryer hose, and of course built on the front. Firewall, it's actually going to be a one-piece metal all the way across, so I got to take everything back off the firewall and make the firewall. The inside, I did the inside when I first got it purple, because I like the purple. Door jambs purple. That's what color I was going to paint the truck when I first got it. By drop. I gotta make my side panels. And once I get everything cut, like I said, I'll weld everything up. First I want to make sure I got everything done before you just do any welding. Steering wheel, it's not right there. Just stick it in there. I took off about 20 inches off the rear end frame. I'm making a 2-link rear end. Which, show you back here more better. I took the original springs I did took off all of them except the main one, and I left the front mainspring on the front spring perch, came back to the axle, and left about 3 inches off the back side of the axle, and I cut it. And what it does, so from here to the front spring perch is there on both sides. I'll come back in front of the axle on the spring to the other side of this spring, put a bar across there, and then I'll make a panhard bar, goes from that side of the axle to this side of the frame, which keeps the rear end from moving left to right. And also on top of the cut spring, I put a load bar. Now the load bar is a solid piece. It does not flex, or will not flex much. That will stiffen that spring up and keep it from flexing. I'm going to drill and put bolts all through the center of that spring, keep it from flexing. And then the airbags cut will sit here and on the frame here. So then when you air up the airbag, lift the frame up. Of course, the body will come up. Release the air out of the airbag. Frame goes down. Cab goes down. That's their rear window. Of course, the sides. The front windshield. Let's see, I can't remember how the windshield is actually. Alright, 12 inches. And that will be about 13 inches. Side windows will be approximately at 9 inches. So see how it turns out after that. The body now sits off the ground at 4 inches all the way around. Frame sits about 5 inches. But it's a work in progress. So we'll see how it turns on out. But that is my 1984 S10 Rat rod.